Clint Gage, the Smiling Swamp Rat, aka Gator. Welcome into the show, everybody. We're on wait for everyone to get in here. We're gonna get to talking, okay, guys? We got some stuff to talk about. For a minute, I'm gonna go on ahead and go grab me some Gatorade, okay, guys? I'll be right back. Excuse me, show. Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing? Welcome into the show. What's up, Ketchup Head? Hello, ERT. How you doing? Sorry, guys. I was getting some Gatorade for the show. It's been a hot one today in Southeast Texas. So, yeah, guys, welcome in. We're going to wait for a few more people to show up. We're going to give it about 5 more minutes. Till then, we're going to have a short hangout. Okay, guys? And the way this normally works is I'll talk about a subject for about 25 minutes, and then you guys will come in and chime in with your thoughts on the idea. Tonight, we're talking about discrimination and how it's actually destroying our world. Nice. Nice. Oh, thank you about my dog. You know, he is an adorable, isn't he? He is definitely adorable. The Manitoba fires are worse. Ooh, I hope they get better. You know, I really do. Guys, if we hit close to the double digits before it's time to actually normally start talking, then we'll go on ahead and get it going, guys. And that means an earlier hangout at the end of the show. So make sure you share this video with everybody, guys. And there's my Jin Jin. There's our beautiful queen. All right, hello, baby. You know, how's everybody doing? Thank you for the likes, guys. Make sure y'all hit those hearts, too. They push it out into the algorithm. So tonight we're going to be talking about discrimination, guys. And there's a decent amount to talk about. Quite a decent amount. Give me just a second, guys. I am searching for something, and it is driving me nuts that I have lost it. I'm trying to find my lighter so I can light some incense. But I seem to have misplaced it. But that's okay. That's okay. But anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? Welcome on into the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to give it another minute and some odd seconds, and then we're going to get started. Okay, guys? You know, just give people time to roll on in. Make sure that, you know, it's sent out a notification. I'm still kind of new to it. Welcome in. Yes, I am Clint Gage, and we're going to be talking about discrimination tonight. You know, we got about less than 2 minutes left before we start our conversation. I will never make it. The fires are spreading to southern Manitoba. I may end my YouTube career. I'll make a poll vote. Who wants me to end keep your channel and record your journey, man. What's up, Rock? The Rock is here. All right, guys. We got quite a few people in here, you know, and we've almost hit the 5-minute mark. We got a few seconds left, all right, before we start the show. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon, come join the fam, okay, everybody? We're going to be talking about discrimination tonight. And, guys, I have some things to say on this matter, you know, because it's honestly a problem. You know, guys, it's not a small thing. Discrimination is a big problem right now. So we're going to get to it because there's different levels of discrimination. So we're going to talk about that as well. Oh, you and that bark. So, yes, guys, welcome in, welcome in. I know it's weird, white guy talking about discrimination. But you know what, guys? I'm a white pagan in the Bible Belt. I get discriminated against a lot. All right. We're at 5 minutes, so it's time to start the show. Thank you for the likes. Please, guys, don't forget, before I get started, go check out Jen Holder 976. That's at Jen Holder 976 here on YouTube. Go check her channel out, guys. She's got some good content. That's my girl. Anyway, so now that we've got the shout out of the way, we're going to be talking about discrimination, guys, and I get discriminated against a lot. First off, I'm a little different. I'm a schizophrenic, so I act a little differently than most people. As you can see, I definitely dress differently. So this opens me up to many issues. Not only that, I'm an epileptic, so I have seizures, and this is because of the schizophrenia. Well, guys, these problems, yes, my girlfriend Jen down there is a Christian. She's dating me, so she understands, but I have been persecuted against about my religion, my mental status, and my physical disability. So I do understand discrimination to a lot more of a degree than what most people would think. Now, do I understand racial discrimination, which is something we're going to get to? No. I have not experienced that really, except for in one place in my entire life. And guys, I was in the middle of the wrong spot for a white boy anyway. So that was my own fault. But that's beside the point. That's a tale for another night. So as it goes, the reason why discrimination is leading to the downfall of our world, not just Western society, but our world, is because, guys, you got religious discrimination, which is starting wars right now. You've got financial discrimination, which is keeping rich rich and poor poor, helping the rich but killing the poor. Then you've got, racial discrimination, which everybody knows what that is. There's no reason to get into that. It's all over the place. And then you have, physical discrimination, gender discrimination. There's a lot of different levels of discrimination, guys. And all of these things are not good. You can't discriminate against somebody just because of an opinion or a belief, everybody. That is not fair. I have several friends that are different. They're different for reasons. And they get picked on, bullied, pushed around. I can't even get a job because of my disability. They won't even allow me to work because they immediately look at somebody who's an epileptic and they say, well, we have to make too many accommodations for you, so it's not worth us hiring you. So you know what I end up getting? 2 hours a day, 3 days a week, cleaning or something like that, to where I'm making minimum wage, and they're still going to take child support out of that. I would make more money selling one walking staff of good quality than I would working anywhere else. So that's why I'm trying to start my own business, but I'm getting discriminated against that, guys, because they're like, who wants to buy from a crazy? It's never great, Well, if you deep fried leather, Napoleon had to eat it at one point, so you can try it. But anyway, what's up, Raymond? Hello, everybody. Welcome in. If you're new, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Also, go check out at Jen Holder 976, at Jen Holder 976. That's my girlfriend. She does great content, really wholesome. Anyway, back to track. All right, so let's get on to this physical discrimination, guys. I've seen people be turned down on jobs because of weight. Not because of weight requirements for the job, but just because somebody thought they were too big. They didn't think they could handle the job. And the guy's like, I want to get the job so I can lose the weight, but they wouldn't hire him. My case, I went to Little Caesars of all places, a pizza parlor, guys. And I filled out an application. And they told me I was too much of a liability to work in a pizza parlor. That's the state of Texas for you. It does discriminate, which is unfortunate. but it hides it underneath corporate policy. That's the problem with corporate discrimination. They hide it underneath policy. They hide it underneath, guidelines and regulations. It's a retarded cycle. It doesn't work. It doesn't help anybody. It just ensures that only the healthy get a job. It doesn't matter that they claim they don't discriminate. If you don't meet their standards, you're out. You can't get a job, even if it's the only place you can reach, guys. And I'm about to try to go to an airport, local airport down here, by the way, that actually is right up the road from me, and see if they'll let me pressure wash planes so that maybe I can make some money. That might be an idea, but I've got to see if they'll even take me in. And then you got situations where it comes down to racial discrimination, guys. I don't want to hire you because you're Chinese. I don't want to hire you because you're Native American. I don't want to hire you because of this, guys. Or I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to rent to you. I don't want to sell to you. It doesn't matter. That is discrimination. It doesn't matter if all you're looking at is their nationality. That is wrong. Then you got religious discrimination. That's something I put up with all the time. I live in the Bible Belt, guys, and I'm a Viking pagan. Proud Viking pagan at that. And guys, it doesn't matter how nice of a person I am. Oh no. All that matters is I don't follow Jesus. Not that I don't believe in him, because I do. I do believe in him. I believe in God too. I just believe that they're not mine. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I just believe they're not mine. And what's the big deal in that? I'm not going to discriminate you for yours. In fact, every time I walk past there, I would look at that church and I'd say, God bless. But one day they discriminated against me. Why? Because I was crossing through the back of the property, not actually in the woods or being shady about it. I straight up walked past, ma'am, and kept walking, but they saw the hammer. And they didn't see a hammer. They saw an upside down cross. So they thought I was a Satanist. So this whole group of people starts attacking me out of nowhere, guys. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And they finally are like, you're a Satanist. You can't be out here. And I was like, I'm not a Satanist, but I am a pagan. And boy, that did not make it any better. That threw, gasoline on the fire, guys. And we can't have that kind of stuff. Racial discrimination is what's causing wars right now, especially in places like Kashmir and India, going to war with Pakistan. That's racial discrimination. That's all it's about. You don't believe the same way I do. It's just, instead of not hiring you or not dealing with you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, I'm going to bomb you. And that's wrong. Guys, we can't have this kind of stuff in the world. This is what's leading to its downfall. And then you have financial discrimination. Let's say, I know here in America, you have a big thing called credit. And if you ain't got good credit, it kind of messes your whole life up. What happens if you're one of these people that pays cash for everything? If you've paid cold hard cash, 100% for everything you own, you're in trouble. Yeah, you bought it, you own it, but you ain't got no credit now. So now you can't get a loan. Now you can't get financed on a car. You got to pay full price, or you got to pay 3/4 down payment, which puts you in a bind. So yes, I do, Raymond. What's up, Sharky? But, guys, that's financial discrimination. You're discriminating against somebody because they paid full price for everything they own, but they didn't pay it in payments. They didn't take 6 years to pay it off. They dropped cash on hand right there and said, it's mine, baby, and walked away with it. Guys, that's what I'm talking about. You have these people, these banks, These Federal Reserve Banking Act bull crap that says that you have to have credit, says you have to have credit to do anything. That is financial discrimination. That literally puts the American people back into a caste system. Because it put us right back into who's at poverty line, who's poor, who is, lower class, who's middle lower class, who's upper lower class, who's upper middle class, who's lower middle class, all this bull crap, grade A pile of Texas bull whoop. What is this? It makes no sense. I've studied it a lot. I know how the financial system is set up. But it makes no sense. Because it's designed to keep you in debt. It's designed to keep you in debt up to your eyeballs. And then when you die, guess who has to pay that debt off? Your family. They have to pay that off plus your funeral. You know how expensive that is, guys? That ain't cheap. People just assume by levels, and when they learn one thing, they always keep it that way. Exactly. And the world changes every single day. So you've got to keep up with everything. Hell, I've been changing every day. That's just something that happens. I've been getting skinnier and skinnier by the day because I've been working out with him, or I've been working out with my mace, or something like that. Guys, I've been doing something active, and we don't have that happening anymore, and it's because we have these people who are doing body discrimination. They're angry because you're skinny. They're angry because you're fat. They're angry because you're fit. Everybody's angry for something. They're all discriminating against each other because, I can never look like you, so therefore you're mean. Or get up off your butt, you can do it. And that's offense. They just keep offending each other back and forth. It's a horrid cycle, guys. It's a terrible cycle. And we keep letting this happen. And then you got gender discrimination. This is a big one, guys. This is a new one on me. Because as far as I knew, men and women were equal. Except for one thing. Don't you dare put your hands on a woman if you're a man. Don't you dare do anything to piss a woman off if you're a man. And I'm sorry if this makes some of my female people unhappy. But as a man, this is what we got to put up with, guys. Y'all can walk up to us and slap us dead in the face. Straight up assault us. And there's nothing we can do about it. We have to take it. Because the cops are going to ask what we did to provoke you. And all you were was just in a bad mood. And I looked like your ex-boyfriend because you was drunk as hell. And you looked up at me and was just like, you look like him. Bah! And I'm just like, the hell, man? I'm standing here. I as far as I knew, men and women were equal. Women don't do a lot of the jobs us men do. It's not that they can't. Because I've seen some female welders that can put men welders to shame all day long. I have seen some woman welders that could literally just make miracles happen. I've seen some female carpenters that make miracles happen. I've seen female construction workers that could work circles around any man. I know a woman that works in the sewer plants right now, and she runs it. Started from the lowest. Now she up at the top. Guys, so don't tell me a woman can't do what a man can do. It's whether or not you're willing to do it. And those are some things that are causing this so-called gender discrimination. Now, one thing I will say is these people who are claiming to be transgender, these people who are talking about having, being a man and a woman, I'm saying claiming because I think it's a mental thing, just like my schizophrenia, but I don't think they can help it. I think it's part of who they are. I don't hold it against them. But that's my personal view. In fact, I have several friends that are transgender. It's just, I think that maybe there's a wire loose or two, and that's what's causing it, just like my schizophrenia. So I can't discriminate against them at all or hate on them because I'm just as weird. They think they male and female. I got 87 different people in here. Some of them ain't even human. So tell me about that. So why can't I discriminate against anybody? But guys, this discrimination issue, it's tearing the world apart. We have people over here that don't want to deal with this person over there. We have people down here that are offended by that person up there. We got this person up here that is disgusted by this person over there, and it's just stop. Just stop. Take a breath, everybody. Breathe. If the whole world took a second to stop and think clearly, they would see the solution. But there's a big problem with that. The modern day world doesn't like free thinkers. They don't like free thinkers. It's just truth. Nobody likes a free thinker. Nobody likes somebody who's inventive anymore, unless it's something to make life more convenient. And then by all means invent it. But don't you dare invent a hydrogen powered car that functions, that's cheap to manufacture. Don't you dare do that. Because they're going to take the patent and you'll never see production. So don't you invent a car, a clean powered energy source. They're going to take the patent. You'll never see it happen for 100 years. That's just how it works, guys. And it's terrible that it works that way. It's utterly horrible that is how our society as a world functions, guys. We have resources to feed and care for everybody. We have enough material and physical wealth to where everybody could be middle class, with our leaders being the only exceptions, with our first responders being the only exceptions, with our military being the only exceptions, which granted, I don't think those guys should pay a dime for anything unless they were a crappy president. In which case, and I'm not even talking about Donald J. Trump at this point in time. I'm talking about any president. If you a crappy president, you a crappy president. And we've had a few. That's just how it is. We've had a few. But guys, we have got to get rid of this discrimination issue. We have got to get rid of this damn problem before it drives us all insane. Before every one of you out there is as nutty as a squirrel turd and twice as chewy just like me. And I don't want to see that happen to anybody anymore. I don't want you guys going through what I go through. I don't want you guys to have to see the things I see. I want you to enjoy my art when I draw it, but I don't want you to have to experience it. Do you understand? I don't want another person to experience PTSD. I don't want another person to experience discrimination. I don't want another person to experience hatred of any kind directed against them. I don't want to see it happen anymore. I'm tired, guys. I'm tired of watching the world tear itself apart. It's not right. There is such a better way, and it's staring us in the face, but none of us are willing to take the path. Because it's rocky, and it's mountainous, and it's hard, and it's going to take forever. And it is not going to be easy. But they don't want to do it. Because they'd rather stick with the devil they know than the heaven that they could have. Is a familiar hell better than unknown heaven? Is a place of suffering better than the potential of a place with happiness? That if it doesn't work, go back to the old way. At that point, well, I was wrong. Sorry, guys. Try again, back to the drawing board. But, it doesn't always work that way. It really doesn't. But I'm not saying that there would be refinement. What you doing, Prime? What came in the mail for you, man? But, it's just... as a belief that welcomes in the weary traveler, that filleth his cup, that filleth his belly, that warm his hands, that lay him down in warm beds to sleep for the night, and send him upon his way in the next day with food and provisions for his travels. As a people that believe in that, I don't understand. I just don't. It's so hard to get it. Nice, dude. Congratulations. But guy, that's what I don't get. That's what I don't understand. Why is it that these people are allowing these horrible things to happen? It's not right. Not only is it not right, it's not fair to all of us, not just some of us. It's not fair to all of us. We're denying ourselves a world that is better. We're denying ourselves a world of happiness. We're denying ourselves a world of peace, of knowledge, of wisdom, of understanding, of unity. We're denying ourselves that. We're denying the fact that we could rise up as the human race. The human race, guys. What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? But Prime, can you do us a favor, though, and wait this one out, man? This is kind of a serious discussion, but thank you for showing up and sharing that with us. Anyhow, guys, so to be fair and to be 100% honest, guys, I don't see why the rest of the world is as outraged about this as I am. But I don't understand it. I just don't. And I get that you understand politics, man, but the fact that I found out you're 11 kind of bugs me, bro. I didn't know that for a while. And because you do speak maturely, so I'll hand you that. But the fact that you're 11, man, I asked for, high school and older in here, brother, because they're about to face the real world. And man, I'm sorry. I have to ask you to leave. It's rules, bro. So would you do me that favor and go? Just for the show, please. You can always leave comments later and watch the show after. It's just the way the rules are, brother. Sorry, Prime. Hi, Connie. How you doing? Anyway, so let's go on ahead and get back to how it was. Let's see you later there, Prime. Thank you for understanding. But anyway, let's get back to this, guys. So this is just the last thing I'm going to say on this. If we don't get a handle on discrimination in every shape, form, and fashion it has, then we'll never get a handle on the actual problem, guys. Everybody keeps saying this, don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution. Well, guys, identify the problems. And the problem is one word: discrimination. Because everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it to somebody. There's very, very few people out there that aren't doing it to anyone. And these people are looked at as weird. They're looked at as strange because they don't ask people. They don't care. So what? But some people look at them as weird. They look at them as strange, and all it simply is someone trying to be a decent person. Guys, and that is what we're losing. That's what we're losing because we've been taught to discriminate. We have been taught to hate what we fear what we don't understand, and destroy what we fear. So, guys, it's a terrible cycle. It just would never end. Promotes terrorism. Ooh, awful. I'm glad you reported on me, RT. But anyway, guys, that's my rant. That's my spiel. So now's the hangout time where y'all could do a Q&A or just bring in your own words, whatever you want to say. But I'm going to get us ready for a scald. What do you say? Oh, no. Bed's being a douche. There it goes. Found the lighter finally. We can light ourselves a piece of dragon's blood incense, guys. Just wait till after the shows and leave me comments there, Prime. But thank you. I'll have some certain streams set up that are specifically gonna be for youngins one day, but I don't know how to get that set up without having people upset at me. So I don't know when it'll be that I can actually have you in a live stream, dude. You might just have to grow up a little and then come in, man. Sorry. It's just how it works. I know you love him. I know you love being here, man. But I'm just going to have to ask you to stay here. That's the reason why I'm asking. Anyway, so let's get us set up with a scald, shall we? All right. Oh, sometimes these Gatorades get a little stiff on you, don't they? Get a little purple potion here. I don't know if I should have called it that. I don't know if I should have called it that. Anyway, but to everybody, cheers. Thank you all for understanding. Thank everybody for being here. Thank you for listening to my rant. All right? Now it's time to hang out, have some fun, and meet some cool people. So come on in, join the chat, hit the like, share, and subscribe button, become part of the show. All right, everybody? Pop on in. Scald. First one of the night. Had to wait till the half hour mark. What's up, Sean? How you doing, man? Guess what I did? I haven't finished it because I'm going to do it on camera. But I got your runes drawn. Man of the, because this is TH, the world. Hi, Louise. How you doing? Cleaning the garbage, Sean? Yeah. But yeah, we going to get this all burned in next, okay? So we're going to do that as an actual show because it'll take a while to do. And in between letting the wood burner heat up, I got some company. So yeah, guys, we're going to be finishing up Sean's wood burning. And then all that's left, man, is just to tongue oil it. And once I get done tongue oiling this thing, it's going to be so strong, so hard, and so waterproof. You're going to have this thing for 100 years. All right. Good to see everybody in here. Thank y'all all for the 10 likes. And guys, we also have the template outside for Jinjin's staff as well. So we're going to be making the Turquoise Queen staff. So that's going to be interesting. We got to burn butterflies in there. I'm not really good at drawing butterflies, so we're going to have to see how this works. But we going to give it our best. Guys, I might have to practice drawing flutterbys for a little while. Anyway, so yeah, I'd like to thank everybody here. Welcome in. It's time to feast. It's time to celebrate, which I already ate. So sorry, guys, but time to feast, time to celebrate, time to drink, time to have some fun. So come join the team. Guys, come have a ball with us. Oh, you're all good, ERT. Or surprise you on the design. I'm going to surprise you on the runes, but I'm going to leave the butterfly idea the way it is. It's just simply one butterfly on one side, one butterfly on the other side. I just got to practice drawing a butterfly. It's a simple process, though. And I can never get their wings right. That's my problem. I can never get their wings right. You know, even my fairies, their wings aren't exactly just right because I have problem drawing lace wing as well. But when it comes down to dragon wings or bat wings or bird wings, I'm fairly decent. Oh, yes, I can do a dolphin. I can do a dolphin on it easy, baby. Scald. Sorry, guys. By the time this is over with, I'm going to look like a blue-tongued skink. Or a black-mouthed cur, however you want to look at it. But anyway, I'm glad to see everybody in here. Oh, I'm doing good. Actually, yes, the dolphin would be easier. So I can do dolphins on either side of it. That would be easy, baby. You know, so thank you for switching it up. That was about to be some work, and I didn't want to mess it up. Hopefully one day I'll get a better tip for it. And then once I get a better tip for it, we can go on ahead and take and do some really cool stuff. You know, but thank you all for showing up. Thank you so much for the 11 likes. We only need 9 more, you know, before we can be satisfied and we'll shut off the show. So 9 more likes, guys, and it'll be the end of the show, everybody. So let's try to get to 20, okay, everyone? You know, don't forget, hit those heart buttons. It pushes us out to other viewers, okay, guys? What's up, Glitched? How you doing, man? Scald, excuse me, scald to the first light. Been raining this afternoon for you, my love. I'm sorry about that. You know, it's okay, though. Rain helps the world to grow. So let it rain. Let it rain because it'll be so pretty and green when it's over with, guys. So always just let it rain. Thank you for that 13th like. You know, we're on our way. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Yeah, we going on up. I was going to tell you I went to medieval times. Nice. Yes, y'all could probably use the rain. Rain is definitely a good thing. Always a good thing. Fires are out of control. We need the rain. Yes, emergency. You definitely need it. What's up? You're all good, man. You know, we're still only in 38 minutes in. So you're all good. Yeah, rain is a really good thing for those wildfires right now because it's so dry. It's still raining for you in Scotland? I heard it was kind of rainy in Scotland a lot. Is that true? Or, you know, is it just really misty all the time? Because almost every picture I see of Scotland is full of mist. It's true. Okay, so it rains up there all the time. All right. You know, that makes a lot of sense. Y'all have some seriously pretty, and I do mean some seriously pretty forests up there. I watched a special the other day that was on the Scottish wildcat and how it's disappearing from the wild and everything. That was so cool to watch about that. You know, they were really neat. It was like watching about Pallas cats. But Pallas cats are the grumpiest of grumpies. Your knight didn't win? I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. Thank you, RT. You know, guys, welcome in. Welcome in. Come on in, join the show. You know, come in, join the Knights. You know, let's have some fun together, guys. If anything, you give us a nice, good like. And you get a big fat scald. If I can keep my dadgum axe from falling to the ground. Sorry, guys. The only way I can get up and move around is if I move my dog bed out of the way. I'm sorry your knight didn't win. You know, guys, I used to actually do Renaissance reenactments, and that was a lot of fun. You know, don't do them so much anymore because of my epilepsy. I haven't done it in like 12 years, you know, which is why I'm so damn rusty. But I'm getting back to it. I'm starting to remember my swings. I'm starting to remember my maneuvers. It's just getting my body back used to swinging an axe again. And that's why I've been training, you know, but it's slow going. It really is, because the axe only weighs so much. You know, I got to go get some weights and start doing some weight training, guys. That would I'd probably benefit from that. You know, I know I'm a fatty. I'm working on it for sure. Yeah, the wildcats are rare. Oh yeah, but they are so pretty. They're so pretty. Why would anybody kill them or get rid of them? They're just so adorable. I mean, they're just little balls of floofs and razor blades. Only reason why I say the razor blades is because of the claws. The chicken dinner filled me up at medieval times. Gotcha, man. That's awesome. Whoop. Tilted the horn and spilled some on the dog's bed. Whoops. He'll get over it. Yes, they are so adorable. It's raining there for you too, Penguin? I'm sorry to hear that, man. Or, sweetie. Scald. We only need 7 more, guys, before we'll end the show for tonight. That's how I'm going to start doing it from now on. We're going to shoot for 20 likes or 2 hours. Whichever ends up coming first, guys. Skull. We're going to save some of that. Is your channel shrinking? I hope it isn't. It's going back and forth right now between 1575 and 1578. It's kind of fluctuating a little bit. But my channel is still growing, you know, but my views are slowing down. So instead, I'm getting my watch hours. And, you know, I'm also trying to bring in some new people. That's why I chose to get the armor to maybe spice up the channel a little bit. Hi, Louise. Are you in Canada too by the chance? No, Penguin. She's in Scotland. Yeah, all the way from Bonnie, Scotland. Well, not Bonnie, Scotland. I think that's actually a place, you know. But all the way from Scotland. Yep. Our dear Scottish friend, which I absolutely love. I love the fact that I've got a friend from Scotland. You're always welcome in here. Sweetheart, you're the best. You know, thank you so much for joining us. I think it's not so late. I don't remember. I think it's early morning for them. I can't remember. She can answer. I'm just guessing because I like to figure out if I'm right or not. But anyway, guys, thank you all for showing up. You know, if you're new here, please hit the like, share, and subscribe bell icon. Come join the Knights. Come join us. You know, come join the conversation. You know, we can always do with some new people. You know, and it's always great to have new people in the show. You know, let's have a good conversation, guys. 3:23 in the morning. Oh, okay, yeah, early in the morning. Like almost 3:50. You know, early in the morning. So thank you for sure for being in here, Louise. Good Lord. Do you sleep? Or do you just wake up at like 2 o'clock? But seriously, do you sleep? What am I doing? I forgot to put it in the horn. We are on the show. We drink from nothing but the horn. So yeah, guys, We got just a little bit of time left. We got 7 more likes to get up on that board, guys, and we'll stop the show. So 20 likes, we're stopping the show. So remember that. You know, we're going until we hit 20 likes or 2 hours, whichever one comes first. Yeah, I sleep. Just making sure. I was about to say, what are you, a vampire? Jesus. Oh, man. So, yeah, guys. I found something kind of cool. Check it out, guys. Godzilla pin. I've been missing that for a minute. I love Godzilla, dude. He's one of my favorites. Ugh. Scald for 45 minutes. All right. Like I said, guys, I warned you I was drinking purple Gatorade, so by the time it's over with, I'm going to be like a blue tongue skink. So, yeah, guys, what's everybody doing? How's everybody's night going? See you later, man. Have a good day. All right, Glitched. We'll see you next time. You know, the only other way we're shutting down is if the views drop all the way down to nothing. You know, if it's just me and Jin in here, we shutting her down. But I would prefer 20 likes or 2 hours. All right, my Jin's going to be gone for a minute, so we'll see her here in just a second. If you guys will give me a minute, I've got to kind of deal with something real quick. I'll be right back. Oh, that's so much better. Freaking back itches, man. Sorry, guys. My back is itching, and I didn't exactly want to pull my shirt up and scratch my back in front of you guys. So give me a second to scratch my back and tuck my shirt back in, and I'll be back around, everybody. Okay, where's the daggum hole in the belt? There it is. All right, guys. All squared away. Sorry about that. But sometimes this leather can give you an itch, you know, and you just got to scratch it. All right, man. Good to see you're still here, Glitched. Hope everybody else is still here. You know, if you are, sound on off for me. You know, if you're new here, please hit like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Come join the family, guys. We're trying to grow into at least 1,600 people by the end of next month. Oh, you're an insomniac. All right, now I understand it. Now I get where you're coming from. So that's an understanding I can get behind. That's why I actually have to take sleep aids so I can go to sleep. You know, guys, we also found our leg armor so that we can complete the outfit, guys. I wanted to show y'all guys this. Oh, wait, I can't. I forgot. It's too big. But maybe I could show you guys this. All right, these are 2 bracers that I'm going to get, but you can't really see them very well, so never mind. Let me switch that out. However, we are going to try and also maybe get a nice Crusaders outfit just for the heck of it. One day. Yeah, I understand. I take sleep aids for insomnia because I have it bad. Ooh, do I have it bad? You know? Oh, man. I'll be up for 3 days straight. You know, Jin's actually witnessed it. So have quite a few people here on YouTube. When I ran out of my sleep aids and I had to wait like 2 weeks to get some more in. Oh, my God. I think I maybe slept 6 hours out of each week. I was a walking zombie. So I totally get where you're coming from, Louise. You know, mental disorders and mental disabilities like that are debilitating. You know, they're just, you know, you just want to strangle somebody. And I don't mean somebody impotent. You want to strangle an invisible somebody. But guys, man, it gets so annoying when you can't sleep. You get so tired. You can't think. You can't even eat. You know, guys, it's hard to even drink when you're that sleepy. So let's give Louise a big round of applause and a thank you for being here. And let's hope she gets some good sleep. Okay, everybody? But anyhow, I'd like to welcome everybody into the show. Sorry about this afternoon again. I'm sorry we weren't able to get to forging. I did not realize we were going to run out of propane. But I thought we had another full bottle, you know, but it turned out that was a big fat no. So give me just a second, guys. I'm going to gather up my pills, and it's time to take my medication, which we might just go on ahead and turn the camera around, lower the stand, and go on ahead and sit on the bed. All right, everybody? I'll see y'all in just a second. Told you it'd be just a second. All right, down one level. Down 2 levels. All right, guys. Here we are, sitting here back in our normal spot, and our Jin is back. And it is time to take our pills. All right. Here's the first bottle. I am asleep. A bottle of pills. Oh no. Please be here. Of course, that's going to be the bottle I lose. Hang on a second, guys. I have got to locate my antipsychotics, and my room is atrocious at the moment. So take what I got. They're always over here. So it's got to be over here. But we're over here. Oh, I seriously got to organize. This is redonkulous. Well, guys, I might end up having to let you guys go. Because I seem to have... Never mind, I found it. It fell under my bed. Of course it would. Roll all the way off the shelf and under my bed. Fell off my nightstand, everybody. All right. No problem there, Louise. We're just glad we were able to find the antipsychotic. Now, where is... There we go. Scald, everybody. Last one of the night. All right. We have hit 54 minutes. We're still waiting for the clock to go down, or 20 likes. So we're going for 2 hours or 20 likes. Yeah. Oh, your mom's doing better. That's good to know, baby. So you got news? Come on, Shuck. Come on, Shuck. Is that your problem? Or wait, you're ready for your third square meal of the day, aren't you? You're hungry. That's what it is. You're hungry, aren't you? You're hungry. You see him, guys? He always lets me know what he wants. All right. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to make him some nice bowl of dog food, a little bit of beef broth on top of it, and I'll be right back. All right, everybody? All right, Chuck. Looky there. Look at my big excited boy. Looky there. Hog down, big guy. And that's how you make a puppy happy. All right, everyone. How's everybody doing? We're still looking for those last 7 likes, guys. That's all we need. 7 more likes, and then the show's done. Okay, everybody? Or 2 hours, whichever comes first. So let's hopefully get the 7 likes first. Oh, man. That hat gets a little warm, guys. You know, but it's nice to see everybody in here. Thank you all for showing up, you know, to support this old man. You know, it's a great thing. It's a great feeling. I really enjoy talking to all you guys. So why don't you come on in, have a conversation with me. Let's talk. Thank you for the 14th like. We only need 6 more, guys. Just 6 more likes to go. I'm not an old man. I sure feel like an old man. You know, 5 more to go, guys. Just 5 more likes and the show's over. All right, guys. But thank you all so much for being here. You know, like I said, pop on in and say hi, guys. Come join the family. You know, we're always looking for new people. You know, we enjoy always talking to people, finding out people from around the world, learning about their cultures, and maybe trying to help them with some of the problems they're facing, guys, if we can. You know, this is a place of no discrimination, and this is a place of no hate. So come on in, guys. We even very rarely have trolls. Thank you for 16 likes up there. Why stop at 20? Keep it rolling. All right, Sean, I just might. You know, it also all depends on if my sleep meds will allow me to. You know, if they start kicking in, I'm sitting over here and all of a sudden go, ooh. You guys are going to know what happened. You guys will definitely tell. Guys, don't forget to hit that heart button. It actually pushes us out to more viewers. What's up, Mr. Pete? Hey, Jessica and Kurt, how you doing, man? You know, welcome into the show. Found my Godzilla pen. You know, we're just sitting here chilling. Hey, we got 18 likes. All we need is 2 more, guys, and I'll be happy. Oh, we went back down to 17. Okay, so we still need 30 more, but it's okay. About to go to bed? All right, man, we'll see you next time. Oh, man, my day's been all right. The only thing that was disappointing, we went down 2. So now we still need the 4. All right, never mind, back up to 3. But my day was a little disappointing in the mid-afternoon. Thank you, man. But my day was just a little disappointing in the mid-afternoon. And the reason being was simply because, you know, I ran out of propane, so I couldn't do any forging, which was rather disappointing, you know. But come on, guys, let's not lose likes. Let's get some likes up there, guys. Just leave them. You know, that's all I ask for. Throw a like up there and leave it for me, all right? Oh, she's got sciatica in her legs and her back. That's never good. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. That's a very painful situation. If anybody's ever experienced sciatica, you know, that is a very, very, very painful thing to go through. That's a nerve that runs the entire length of your back and legs. You know, runs from one side all the way down. Ooh, that's horrible. Hey, it was no problem, Kurt. I seen you up there and I jumped right on in. Yeah, we got 16 likes, actually. We keep going between 16 and 18. So we're going to try to get it back up to 20, guys. That's all we need. 20 likes and we're out of here. You know, and if we do keep it going, we keep it going. You know, I might go on ahead, plug in the wood burner and see if we can get started on his staff, maybe. If you guys want to see that. You know, we'll go on ahead and we'll get started on burning some of the runes into his staff. Because Sean has decided to spell the words man of the world onto his staff. So I did it in Viking Runic. And now I got to burn it down the staff. You know, we're going to put it in big old runes, guys. So it'll be nice and visible. Jin Jin's telling me to color. I got to draw something to color. Looks like Moses. What, Chuck? What you want now? What you want now, baby? You need water? You need potty? Well, dang. I gotta draw the background on the jellyfish picture first, baby. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna draw the background. I gotta get some references. But then I'll restart the jellyfish picture, baby. I promise you. Okay? Anyway, I apparently have to walk my dog. So I will be right back as soon as I possibly can, folks. And Rock has returned, but Jin, you've got the floor. And let me walk Shuck real fast. Well, as fast as I can. Dog takes forever to go to the bathroom. And I'll be right back. Okay, everybody? So I do apologize, but gotta do what you gotta do. And he ain't doing what he's gotta do on my floor. So turn you guys around. Stay shut. Come on, Shuck. You got, buddy? What's up, guys? We're back. Sorry about that, but when a shuck's gotta go, a shuck's gotta go. Hey, Chester. Oh, thank you, Chester. Thank you very much. We're looking for subs. We're looking for recruits, all kinds of stuff. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I'm right here, Raymond. I had to walk my dog, so I do apologize for that, but it's a bit of a process to walk him. Nice, Chester. We're going to have more blacksmithing vids as soon as I can get some more propane. So that might be next month. It might be the month after that. We'll find out. But as soon as I can get some more propane, we're definitely going to have some more. Yeah, we all love our dogs. So when a shuck's got to go, he's got to go. But if you like the blacksmithing videos, these shoulder pads, I made them myself. I made this myself. But yes, I made my shoulder armor and I made my wrist armor. That's the reason why I'm wearing them. Nice to meet you too, man. Welcome into the group. Just subscribe to your channel, Chester. Nice. Yeah, they're actually pretty tough. Not only that, but here's one of my finished blacksmithing products from whenever I was younger. This is my favorite knife. This is my camping knife, guys. This is what I use anytime I go for survival, anytime I want to practice knife fighting, anything like that. This is my go-to knife. I'll pin that message right there. So yeah, guys, go check out AdGenHolder976. Thank you. It's my favorite knife out that I have, actually. I got to rebuild the sheath, but right now we're actually working on a boot knife that's going to go up for sale whenever I get the chance. Somebody's got to send me their I'm going to send somebody my email address. They got to email me when they want it. And I have to get the Cash App, give them my Cash App, and then they can actually have the item. I'll ship it to them with their address and everything. But yeah, guys, that's what we're looking into doing is when we make this boot knife and we finish it, it's going to be up for sale. What's a boot knife? Just a knife that slides in your boot, man. Fits in right here. It's a little short blade, might be about yay long. And it's real stout, and it's mainly meant for just shanking people. It's mainly meant to just go stabby, stabby, shank, shank. I don't want a knife, into knives. Oh, I know, my Jin Jin. I wasn't going to make you a knife. I was going to actually make you a feast eatingware set. A fork, a spoon, yes, a knife, but only for you to eat with. So that's what I was planning on making you, my Jin Jin. Nice. I thought about making a leather hat. Chester, I just haven't tried my hands at it yet. Thank you very much, Raymond. Thank you very, very much. Guys, we only need 4 more likes, 3 more likes, 4 more likes, somewhere around there, and we can actually end the show, guys. So, I would end it happy with 20 likes. Hey, now 2 more, but thank you guys so much for showing up. It's always awesome to meet new people. You know, guys, last night we talked on basic survival skills. You know, we might revisit that here real soon. So I hope y'all join me for that. That's going to be an interesting talk. We're going to go a little bit more into different survival techniques. Nice. That's my Jin right there. She's always a sweetheart. You know, 2 more likes and we can end the show, or 2 hours. You know, that's how long we're going to go. So, anyhow, guys, you know, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. You know, pop on in, tell us what you're doing, where you're from, who you are, and let's have a good conversation. You know, as you can see from our friend Chester here, we definitely do not discriminate. So pop on in, have some fun. Anyway, guys. Oh, yeah, and what time is it for you right now? Because I assume you're wearing... Yeah, we probably are. It is 9:52 for me. And I'm in Southeast Texas. This one's a little lower. It needs to go a little up. Too up. Too high up. To where those bands cross in the right spot. You know, that's the hardest part about wearing leather armor. You're constantly readjusting it. Yeah, 10:52 for you. Nice. But yeah, that's the only problem with wearing leather armor. You're constantly readjusting it if you don't have a breastplate. So nice. I used to live in Ohio. I used to live in Akron. You know, Akron, Ohio was interesting. That's where I got the nickname Sir Pimp Stick up there, because I used to carry this around with me, which is actually a medieval mace. I just turned it into a cane. I turned it into a walking cane. So I actually used this to defend myself a few times when I was up in Ohio. And yeah, they ended up calling me Sir Pimp Stick because of it. Yeah, there's a lot of people from Ohio. You know, that's always awesome, having people from Ohio. You know, maybe one of these days my friend will end up finding me. You know, my friend's from Ohio, so that would be cool. You know, guys, I love coming in here and seeing all y'all. You know, it's absolutely neat that everybody's here. We only need 2 more likes, by the way, and we can end the show, or we'll hit an hour, whichever one happens first. So 45 minutes from now, or 2 more likes. And that's all we need, guys. All right. So, you know, guys, come on in, join the conversation. We got some wonderful people here, guys. You know, they're always awesome. They're always respectful. Nobody's ever rude. If they are, we ask them to leave. Politely. At first. So yeah, other than that, we have our nice dear friend Trollsbane to protect the channel. And for those of y'all who don't know who Trollsbane is, this here is Trollsbane, everybody. My mighty axe, Trollsbane. So yes, welcome on into the show. How you guys been? How y'all been doing? Originally popped in one other time before this, and I was kind of intrigued. But when you popped up again, I saw you were live. I had to join. Now that's cool. Thank you, man. You know, that's neat that I kind of popped up on your feed. No, I did not make this axe myself. I bought a kit and put it together. But I did make this myself. This is some of my blacksmithing. This is some of my handiwork here. I based it around a gladius and a Viking longsword. So that's just a little bit of what I can do when I have a power hammer. I don't have a power hammer here. I have a normal one. But this is definitely one of my favorite little weapons. This here is frostbite. So, or frost fang, whichever you want to call it. You know, but I'm probably about to start training with this little guy here soon. I'd like to learn how to dual wield Frostfang and Trollsbane together, And I think that would be a very neat combo. But yeah, that's some of my handiwork there too. I'm also into drawing, guys. So if y'all like artwork, I have quite a bit of that. In fact, I'll show my jellyfish picture that I'm working on right now that Jin Jin is so proud of. You know, I'm drawing it for her. And then I'll show you guys some of my other artwork that she's seen quite a bit. So she's probably going to take and hop off for a minute. So here you go, guys. This is my jellyfish that I'm drawing for my Jin Jin. You know, we're going to put a stone background down here. We're going to put some kelp up behind it with some of the kelp making the shape of a heart. So I hope she likes that. And then I draw the things that I see as a schizophrenic, which my best drawing for that, the one that I saw in the most detail, was this guy here. That's one of the things I've seen as a schizophrenic. And yes, it talked to me. But they're now part of my novel that I write. Thank you. I can draw anime characters and weapons well, but beside that, I can't draw well. That was terrifying, man. You know, I call it a voidling hunter. It's a horrible, horrible thing. But I also do commission artwork, such as this one right here. I did this for my friend Xavier. I'm going to be mailing it to him as soon as I can get his email address and figure out where he's at. But this is all his. And here's another one. This is another type of creature from my novel. It's something I designed. And I'm really proud of it. And as far as anime characters go, I've got things that are close to anime characters. That's one of the villains from my novel. Thank you. Yes, I already have a name for my book. It's Blackened Hills, the Scribesman's Journal. That's the first book. And then the second book is going to be called The Realms of X-Tier, the beginning of everything. Or not the beginning of, I'm thinking of a new title, The Beginning of Something. You know, originally it was going to be The Beginning of a New World, but that title turned out to be taken. So I've got to come up with a new one. It might be The Beginning of the First Thoughts or something like that. We're going to figure it out. I haven't released it yet. I'm still writing it, actually. I'm handwriting it and illustrating it all in the same go. So it takes a little longer than your standard book. I've been working on it for 2 years now. So I've even created a language for it and all other kinds of things like that. So it's been a slow going process, you know, because in the process I've had to work until I got diagnosed with epilepsy and schizophrenia and found out that was the reason why I kept losing jobs. Yeah, it's kind of rough when you wind up with a mental or physical disorder. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hello, Prime. Oh, yeah. Prime, I am going to have to ask you to get your parents' permission if you're going to be in here, though, for sure. All right, Raymond. But yeah, I actually have a full-fledged language. There's over 185 characters, and it's still growing. So I'm still creating more and more as I go along. You just got out of the shower? I need them to message me personally and tell me yes. Like them to come on here on their channel and tell me yes. But yeah, these are just some of the things that I do for my show. But anyhow, guys, Thank you all so much for being here. Yeah, thank you. There's so many more that goes along with that. But like I said, guys, we got 2 more likes and we'll end the show, or we got another, 38 minutes before we'll end the show. So 2 more likes for 38 minutes, guys. That's up to y'all. Other than that, come join the conversation, everybody. And yes, it's called Exterion. I can also imagine the trouble of having to write out those detailed characters in like their sentences and stuff. I'll actually show you what it looks like. I even created sentence structure and page structure specifically for this is the novel itself. This is what I'm writing it all down in. Let me see. It's in here somewhere in the section with Harmon Hollow. I know that. Okay. There it went. Where'd it go? There it is. This is a page where it shows you how Exterion is written out. So yeah, it reads down this way in columns. And each one of these pieces here is a spacer. So this is between each and every word. So anytime you see this, it's a new word. Anytime you see that, it's a new word. So actually it would read from here down, I think. Let me see. No, I was right the first time. But yeah, that's how it's wrote out. No, it's really not that hard to write out. The hardest part is fitting the runes in. Guys, we only need 1 more like and we can end the show tonight, guys. Quit moving the stand. Move your Labrador ass. Hey, buddy. Move your Labrador butt. Thank you. Sorry about the A word, guys. All right. We've hit our 20 likes. Thank y'all so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for the 20 likes. We're going to go on ahead. We're going to cut the show here at 1 hour and 24 minutes. Y'all guys are the lifeblood of all of YouTube. You guys drive every single channel. You're the absolute backbone of how this whole community works. So thank you all for being here. Y'all are so incredible. And remember, see from a swamp, later from a gator, and above all, love you mama, love you papa, love yourself, be kind, and always find a way to help, guys. Check you all later, here back in the swamp. Same time, same place.